Today on the Rock Feed podcast, we're joined by Jakob Nowell of Sublime and Jacob's Castle. He's launched a new independent label, Sunburn, with his Jacob's Castle bandmate, Zane Vandevort. So sit back, relax, and let's jump into the conversation.
Tell me a little bit about how it's been so far, how it all came together, and what it means to be, out here crushing it with Sublime.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jakob Nowell.
Yep.
At your service. What up, reggae? What up, rock and roll outlets of the world? It's been so much fun. It's never thought this would be happening. Couldn't ask for it to be any better. There's no place in the world I'd rather be than right here, right now.
Yep, 100%. And so when you go out on stage and like the Coachella show recently that you had that was so sick, do you get nervous? I'm sure I would be terrified to go out there and sing those songs in front of 100,000 people, however many people were there.
Sure, yeah. I mean, I chain smoke cigarettes and think about what a piece of shit I am.
Hell yeah.
Just spiral downward, doom spiral. No, I'm kidding, man. It's there's always I think there's some kind of nerves. Everybody deals with it differently and it manifests in different ways. But once you hit the stage, you're just up there having fun. It's just controlled chaos,
Yep.
And I think now that we've been doing it, we got a few more shows under our belts as this lineup all together. We're a lot more comfortable with one another and we're having a good time.
When did you first kind of hear, hey, let's get up on stage and let's start playing these songs together? When did that come together and just seeing your reception to all of that?
It was last year at the HR benefit. It's something my Uncle Eric really wanted to do, and we all grabbed everybody together and rehearsed for it. And through doing that show, we realized how much fun we had. And it just felt like a big family reunion, both on stage and all the crew behind the scenes. There's so many different people who worked with my father back in the day when they were all just getting their start. And a lot of those same people are helping me out with my project, Jacob's Castle. So it sort of just felt like a lot of things cyclically coming around again. And again, just that familial kind of process. It just felt like, how could we not do this, Just having so much fun doing it.
And the reception has been incredible. I mean, to be out there at Coachella, and it's gone around the world. And I think your story is just amazing. It's so cool to see you really carrying it forward and doing it at a level. It's honestly like a movie level story. Like you're like a superhero or something. My book is like, yeah, because I just have so much respect for how you're carrying this forward. And like, what does that mean to you personally to be doing this and to have it be received so well?
It means a lot, Again, it's something I never thought I'd do, something I never really wanted to do. It feels sort of like a duty for me. I don't know if I'd be here doing this line of work if it wasn't for my dad, both musically, because their band, Sublime has inspired so many different genres of music and so many different amazing artists who went on to inspire me. But also just who knows if I would have went down this path. So a big part of me, it always felt like kind of compromising or like it wasn't my place to be involved with Sublime stuff. As soon as I picked up a guitar and sang, there was always people calling for me to, why aren't you in the band? Why don't you do this? And it always just felt wildly inappropriate. But I guess what changed is, again, it's less about trying to become an amazing singer or one-up my dad or you're never going to win that race. You're never going to out-moment somebody, especially a family member like that. Sublime had a very special moment in history that cannot be touched or tarnished or improved upon in any way, really. So for me, it was about bringing together all of these people, both the Sublime crew and then also the fans who wanted to see Bud and Eric play together again. And I was in a unique position to facilitate that. For me, that's really the juice, is like a facilitator, I guess. Getting to kind of serve my duty and have fun doing it. So there will always be kind of pressure. It will always kind of feel like pushing that boulder up the old hill, am I right? But one imagines Sublime is happy. One imagines reggae is happy. Yeah. And I'm really happy that people seem to be digging it right now. And so we're just going to keep getting better and better the more we play together.
I'm going to tell you, man, there's real momentum building behind this, because I think once people see, like, the story's amazing, but then also you guys are killing it up on stage and the vibes are there and everything. What advice did Bud and Eric give to you for getting back into this and taking the stage with them? What did they tell you to maybe ease your nerves a little bit?
Nothing really.
This was something for you where it was just like, you're just
Nothing verbal
out there.
Yeah, I guess it was, you know, it is all nonverbal.
Yeah.
In the same way that, you know, when you connect with other musicians, when you're playing with them on stage, there's sort of a vibe. It's like Schrodinger's box, Schrodinger's rock. You know, I'll know that I'm having a good time if everyone else is having a good time. You know, if there's a smile on everyone else's faces, we're all enjoying it. That's really where the magic is, I think, and that's what gives me a sense of reassurance. Seeing the crowd reaction, seeing the reaction to all my uncles behind the scenes, you know, some tears in the old eyes and that sort of thing, and then after the set, charging out into the audience and making sure everybody's happy. You know, I really want that because I think that they started such an amazing, cool scene that so many people got to be a part of and so many people didn't get to be a part of. You know, it's a tragedy that it had to end when it did, but I think there's always a silver lining to tragedy, and that's a big part of what we're doing here is showing that, you know, the happiness that was created by Sublime can't be stopped. You know, it's continuous. And so after the show tonight, much to the chagrin of my team, I'm gonna just jump right out into the audience. We're all gonna charge into the water.
Yo, really? I'm gonna try to get footage of that.
That's all of us, right?
That's right. I've seen interviews you've done where you're like paddleboarding. You're out there. You're surfing. Talk about kind of what you do outside of music.
Yeah, no, I really do like being out in nature. I think it's important to reconnect. Paradoxically, I'm also totally a city boy at heart. Like I couldn't leave, you know, the big city. It's just something about that evil, toxic miasma is just part of my blood and my breath, you know. But I think to balance that out, you need to get out there in nature. A show's always better if you're looking at the fucking ocean while you're playing. It doesn't really get much better than that,
Right.
and I think you connect with a different part of yourself when you're out there, and you bring that back into society, that kind of inspiration. So, you know, whether it's off-roading or snowboarding or I really like hiking and stuff too. I'd like to be doing it a lot more, but between my band Jacob's Castle, all the Sublime stuff, I don't think I've had a day off since a month before Coach. You know, and when I do, it's mainly, unfortunately, these days just tired, chilling inside with my two hairless cats, Creature and Fluffy.
You have hairless cats, bro? That's so cute.
Yeah, man.
I got it. I'm all this on the
Camera, but
yeah. It'll be seen.
I don't know if
Yes, Creature.
Oh, yeah.
so
Creature's my boy, and then Fluffy is his sister.
Dude, that
Oh,
was
Fluffy the hairless cat. I'm fine like that. Oh, really?
yeah. That's amazing, bro.
It's all for them, really. It's all for them. Wouldn't have been doing this if it wasn't for my cats. I confide in them when I get home and I tell them about how tour was.
Bro, that's amazing. And you know, Jacob's Castle I listened to as well. It's stylistically different than Sublime. I want to talk
Thanks
about
for checking it out.
Yeah, 100%. And I want to know, like, for you growing up, of course, other than Sublime, like, what other bands were you into and like that inspired your, you know, musical taste?
Yeah, definitely bands from the similar era within a decade of Sublime. Either way, Gorillaz is probably one of the biggest influences on my project.
That's sick.
Beck, 9 Inch Nails, Mindless Self-Indulgence, and Outkast. Yeah, just I really like projects where people mix together a lot of different disparate and seemingly incompatible sounds. I think that's what Sublime did, and doing it in an effortless way where it looks like you're having fun. Because again, that's like the juice for me. Is like Sublime is okay. This is the big thing. This is the home field, the home team, the home country, and then you know, Jacob's Castle is like the expeditionary force, where we try to bring together a bunch of different you know, local artists and play shows with them. We just did a show in Venice Beach, which was really awesome.
That's sick, dude.
Out with my buddy's band Salter and my friend Noah Weiland and this band Jazz.
Noah Weiland, son of Scott Weiland?
That's right. Yeah, he's my buddy, man. He's an amazing artist, just local California dude. There's still such an amazing, awesome scene, different multi-genre scene happening in Southern California, but it's all, you know, separate and disparate. You know, I don't see 10 different scenes. I see it as one big thing that just needs to be linked together. So it's just really cool, getting to work with local artists and trying to, in a lot of ways, do the same thing that was happening in the 90s, the authentic, local, cool music thing.
Yeah.
But with an eye towards the future, with all of the amazing tools at our disposal now. And that's really what it was always about, is just bringing people together to give another option, right? Like escaping, escapism in a lot of ways, but in a righteous sense.
100%. Yeah. And did you start out did you produce everything yourself? Did you learn? Did you go through all the, I don't want to say Pro Tools, but even FL Studio? And
I definitely made some Fruity Loops beats back.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, when I started out, I didn't know anything. I toiled in obscurity for a decade, just kind of learning the ropes. But when it came to Jacob's Castle, I knew the sounds that I wanted to grab, and it was only a matter of finding the right producer. I can produce shitty stuff at home. I use Ableton.
Ableton's cool.
And I run all our tracks live in Jacob's Castle through Ableton and stuff.
Right.
But I finally found, the producer who understood what I was trying to go for. It's my buddy John Joseph at the John Joseph Harbor Fish Squid Ink Studios in San Pedro, California, right across the bridge from where I live in Long Beach. It's sort of like our sister city in a lot of ways. At one of the world's largest harbor ports. Lots of interesting trade and export happening there, and import. And I don't know, that's where we come up with everything. That's where, it's the evil lab where the dark wizards concoct their spells, and that's where Jacob's Castle was born. And it was finally the sound that I was so proud of, which was why it was so cool when we did the song with Stick Figure. We had some of my dad's vocals that we live out to him, and he put his Stick Figure spin on it. But then to do my vocals, Stick and the guys came into my John Joseph's studio where I do all my Jacob's Castle stuff in San Pedro. So it was so cool. It was my dream is, blending the past and the modern day, the future, and making it one big holistic experience. So I think the lyrics of the song reflect that in a lot of ways, and also the vibes. And I think the next step for Sublime and Jacob's Castle is just working with as many different artists as we possibly can, both new and old, to try to, organically and holistically blend together all the cool sounds we see happening nowadays. It used to be people were like, oh, I hate music nowadays, music sucks now. That was a sentiment for so long.
Yeah.
But I think you find that changing even in the most salty, ardent, stark holdouts who are just want to be mad at stuff. Even they can find some weird new thing that just pops up on whatever their social media of choice is, because there just is that many different niche scenes of music happening. And I think it's just time to bring it all together,
I agree 100%. It does seem like good things are happening. And the one thing that I'm taking away from this whole Sublime resurgence that I think is really cool is that a lot of comebacks and returns don't necessarily, they come together for maybe other reasons. This feels really organic. It feels really organic. And I think that's special for the fans as well, that this is happening legitimately and on its own,
No, it's true, man. It all just, none of this was ever premeditated. It's always just the next step, What's the next link? That it's points of light in the dark, just trying to get to that next thing and brighten up the map a little bit. And I think if you're doing your job right, people key into the fact that you're genuine. And I hope that people can see that, because I love what I do. It's genuinely my life, and I love seeing people happy. I love seeing people make new friends at the shows. I love seeing people make new memories at the shows, both Sublime and Jacob's Castle shows. And because of all the tragedies that have happened in the music scene, it's our duty to keep it going forward. And that's why I feel like it's my duty to do what I do with my uncles and my father's band, Sublime. And don't litter. I'm going to throw this away.
I'll tell you what, man, you're an impressive guy. This has been a fantastic conversation.
Thank you.
This is one of the cooler, vibey interviews that we've shot.
Yes.
And this has been amazing. And I'm so happy for all your success, both with Sublime and Jacob's Castle. And it's great to have you, man. I'm so happy for you, and I'm so happy that you're doing this.
Thank you so much, man.
This is really cool. Give it a follow. Check it out
here.
right now.
Here. Click there.
Hell yeah. Thank you, bro.